doesn't know me, I'm Katie, one of Liz's friends from her days of swimming on club. Liz and I met when we were 12 years old, and I'm really glad we did, because I've come to realize over the years, life isn't nearly as much fun without Liz, as I'm sure all of you realize at this point. When I first started thinking about what I wanted to share with all of you today, I thought of many things. I thought of all the wonderful things I could say about these two as a couple, and I thought about all the funny stories I could share about Liz, which I would have been happy to share with you guys, but someday Liz is going to be my maid of honor, and I decided those stories should probably stay in the past. So, Liz and I have always had really good examples of what we wanted to be when we grew up, because we had the perfect examples, our parents. So when I first started thinking about what I wanted to share today, I went to my dad, of course. I said, you know, Dad, like, what am I gonna say to everybody? You know, how am I gonna tell them how much I love Liz? And he just looked at me and he said, 5. I said, 5? What do you mean 5? Like 5 minutes? Like, should I come back? He said, no, just listen. And I'm really glad I did, because it went something like this. He said to me, when someone in your life does something good, you go to them and say, hey, like, nice job, high five. And when someone in your life is sad and they need some comfort, you go to them and you hold their hand to give them that comfort. And when distance or time separates two people, like it did me and Liz for the most part, all you need to do is talk to them. And within 5 seconds of hearing their voice, it feels like no time has passed at all. Liz has always been that person for me, and so much more. So, one thing about Liz is when she sets her mind to do something, she goes and does it. She has always been this way, much to her parents' dismay, even from an early age. So, back when we were in the 7th grade, before we had cell phones and driver's licenses, I was at swim practice one day, waiting for Liz to get there. And as I was waiting, another one of my friends came in and said she had seen the funniest things. On her drive over there, there was this girl on a scooter. And she was scootering down like a busy road, and like she had this huge backpack on and was kind of bobbing from side to side and just having a really hard time getting where she needed to be. And I laughed at this, of course, and then I thought about it. I'm like, wow, good for that girl. Like, whoever she is, wherever she's going, she's got a goal. And she's going places. So anyway, practice started, and I'm looking around, still no Liz, and so about an hour into practice, I kind of hear something, and I look over at the doors, and there stood Liz. She was sweating and smiling, had a big old backpack on, and of course, if you haven't guessed it at this point, her scooter was in her hand. So, John, if you didn't realize it yet, that's the type of girl you're marrying today. The type of girl that, when she makes a commitment, she's gonna be there. Even if she has to scooter down a busy road just to see you. One thing me and Liz have always had in common is we believed that Disney movies were 100% accurate. So Disney princesses, happily ever afters, like Prince Charming, we thought they were real. And we got made fun of that quite a bit over the years, but it's clear to see now with John and Liz, and we were right, because Liz found her happily ever after, and it's there and done. So it's been that way from the very beginning, and I'm really happy that that happened, because Liz is my sister, and I can happily say John is a brother to me. So there's many reasons why I love you, Liz, but of course I narrowed it down to 5. So I love it how you make everything fun and exciting. Since we've been 12 years old, Liz has always come running and screaming toward me whenever we see each other, saying, Katie Budnick, something exciting is about to happen. And that exciting thing is just the two of us hanging out. Number 2, I love your family and how they've always made me feel. They raised you to become the beautiful person you are today, and I'm really happy you're the sister I got to grow up with and share punishments with. Number 3, I love how big your heart is and how it's only gonna get bigger when you welcome your little girl into this world in June. And I can't wait to meet her because I know I'll have another best friend. Number 4, of course, I love that you would scooter through space and time because you're the type of person who takes pinky promises seriously. And number 5, most of all, I love that since you met John, I've never seen you more happy, and I know he'll always be there to give you high fives, hold your hand, and be there for you, just like you've always been for me. So, finally, another reason for the number 5, if everyone can make a 5, grab your drink and raise it in thanks to the Bishop and Evan family for tonight, and to Liz, John, and their little girl. I love you guys. Cheers.